From work at the next door Premier Inn 11 years ago, where early Iron Age pits, a possible roundhouse and some Roman remains were found, the county archaeologists flagged this site up as needing to have work carried out when Churchill Retirement Living demolished bungalows to prepare for their own building.
Dug along the side of Watling Street many times and found nothing, because obviously in days gone by you do have open areas as well. The population was a lot lower than it is nowadays, but as you come into towns which we know were settled in the Roman times or in the early Saxon times, so you tend to get more and more chances of finding archaeology.
Churchill Retirement Living said that as a house builder that specialises in regenerating brownfield sites, they take their responsibilities for the way they should be handled very seriously. Having liaised with the relevant authorities, we've brought in a team of professional archaeologists and temporarily paused work on the site while they carry out their important duties. A team of archaeologists works on the site every day and expect to be here until Christmas. Their most exciting find so far is of remnants from salt processing called saltern hearths.
As we move further back across to the east of the site, we start to find these things that are called saltern hearths, which are very interesting. These ones date from the early Iron Age, which is pretty rare. The saltern hearths are for the salt refining process, and it goes right through from prehistoric times right the way through up until the post-medieval period, really. But on this site we're dealing with, it is early Iron Age, which the preservation that we're finding is very rare across the entire country, if not unique at the moment. In prehistoric times, salt was a very valuable commodity. It's one of the only ways of preserving food through the winter and things like that. The word salary comes from salt. You know, the Roman army was paid in salt during the early periods, along with money as well. But it was a very valuable commodity, which is probably why we've got the big ditch on the far side there, is protecting what is happening within this area here.
Everything found here is conserved and examined by specialists. Animal bones will be examined to find out what their diet was and whether they were farmed or wild. The soil in these white buckets will be processed through a wet sieve, where they pull out pollen grains and seeds to find out what crops were being sown. When the pottery can be dated, it could increase the importance of the site. The archaeology team carried out metal detecting before the site became publicly known about, to preserve items where they were found.
Unfortunately, every site becomes of interest to metal detectorists. We do have nighthawkers coming over quite often. We do our own metal detector surveys and try to clear as much of the metalwork as possible while we're in the early stages. It's very important for us to have that metalwork in situ. Even if you're just finding nails and knives and things like that financially there's not any value to them. But archaeologically, the information that we can get from them, dating wise and things like that, you know, it adds a whole other dimension to our work. If people come on and dig holes and take it all away, then that is gone.
Once it has been fully recorded, everything found here will be returned to a local museum for everyone to learn about the earliest Rainham residents. Sandy Fleming for Rainham News.